is going to have on the earth. Now, the Christian church don't even think, they're downplaying World War III. They're acting like it's really not going to happen for real. You see what I'm saying? They're acting like, and then when it does, when these things do start to crack off, this is a sign for us to really start to cling together with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians up under Commander General Yohana in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. All of these signs should bind us together. This is what this stuff is for. It's to bind us together. The Most High, we shouldn't be so caught up into being afraid, of what's going on with the other nations and all of that. Christ said for us not to be troubled. You see what I'm saying? Because what we're supposed to be doing at this time is clinging to the Most High and to his people, which is also our people, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Brotherhood should start to become at an all-time high. You see what I'm saying? This stuff should be better, way better than what we had like in the 60s and 70s and all of that. This is supposed to trump that. This is supposed to be way better than what that was. You see what I'm saying? Because this thing should start to be a permanent fix. Things are going to get worse. Regardless of whether people want to believe it or not, things are going to get worse. As far as with wars and all of that, this stuff is not going to let up. It's not going to be a peaceful solution that you're going to be able to bring before the white man, and it's going to cause peace, global peace. And all the brothers that know that they're brothers and sisters that know that they're Israelites, what's going to end up happening is they're going to look at you. They're going to look at you as the cause of the problem. Especially if you're a brother decided, if you're not in the Isupk, but at the same time, you have a warrior spirit to resist against the system, with you not being in Isupk, you kind of like a sitting duck, for real, to be honest with you. You kind of like a sitting duck. Because as all of this stuff goes on, and you got brothers that's, breaking down the war and everything in the scriptures and all that, they're going to start to look at you as the cause. That's eventually what's going to happen. They're eventually going to look at you as the cause. So knowing this, the smart thing to do would be what? It would be to cling on to your own people. That's to the Isupk. Now look, in an army, right? Or in a nation, just like what the trooper was bringing out, just about a half hour ago, every nation has an army. Everyone. Now, how the hell are we going to be the only nation out there that craps on the idea of us having an army? I mean, who are you looking at to defend you? You see what I'm saying? Who are you looking at? That is a clear indication that you still dependent on the white man. You see what I'm saying? And if you're dependent on the white man for that, he's looking at you with a smile because he knows that you ain't in the truth. He knows it. Even though you know things that are true, there's a difference. There's a difference between knowing things that are true and being in the truth. And we get it, we get it confused. We get it all mixed up. You see what I'm saying? Being in the truth has to do with being inside the one body. I don't care how much knowledge you know, how many breakdowns you think you got. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't in the one body, then you ain't in the truth. That's it. Now, look at who the Most High has always chosen. Look at who he's always chosen for everybody to join to. He's always chose the military men. The military-minded men. You think Joshua and them was just regular old dudes, no, he was not. He was a warring man. He was a man that understood warfare. So was Aaron. Aaron was the same way. So was Moses. Moses was the same way. You see what I'm saying? Caleb. His nephew, Othniel, him also. These dudes did the Most High raise up to be leaders. While everybody else that wasn't really, were in the nation but not really in the ranks, were somewhat falling asleep. And those were the people that had to be nudged, just like when a shepherd nudges the sheep. You see what I'm saying? To keep them all in line, you know what I'm saying? Because knowing that if he backs off a little bit, that they'll wander on off. You see what I'm saying? And get picked apart by the damn wolves. Those, the ones that are subject to get picked off by the wolves, those ain't the types that the Most High is raising up. Now let me get into these scriptures. Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty. The Lord, he's going to empty the earth, right? Watch this. And maketh it waste. And turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. That lets you know this thing is going to get hot. You see what I'm saying? This thing is going to seriously get hot. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians come together. Squash those little silly little beefs that you got among one another and join to your damn people. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest. Now think about it. Means it should be so with the people, so with the priest. Now, nobody's going to start looking at the Catholic priests and all them for answers no more. The Shaolin monks, who are the priests, supposed to be the priests of Moab. They're not going to be, the Moabites is not going to be looking to them. Who is the Chinese, they're not going to be looking to them. You see what I'm saying? They're going to get just as gritty and as grimy as the common folk, as the common people. You see what I'm saying? As with the servant, so with his master. Because in this day, the masters are going to lose things. And the servants is going to look at the masters and going to be like, well, you just equal with me now? You know what I'm saying? We're like, yeah, I know you was my boss, you know, and everything before, but, you know, your company done plummeted. You know, this war has done drained everything, all the resources. Now the stuff is affecting you. Now you're coming down from off of your high place. Me and you equal now. Now it'll be cool, and now it'll be cooler than himself to go ahead and punch his boss on in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? As with the maid, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord hath spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, and the world languisheth and fadeth away. Now notice it said, the earth mourneth and languisheth away, right? Which was talking about the physical earth, because sin is up on it, right? So the Most High has got to, you know, he's got to uproot it. You see what I'm saying? And then it said the world languisheth and fadeth away. So what is this talking about? Because obviously it's a difference between the earth and the world. Trooper, are you familiar with what this is talking about right here?
Yes, officer.
Okay.
It's talking about the earth is a physical place,
right,
and the world is the world we live in. The black world, the white world, the Chinese world. Right.
Good answer. So when it said the world languisheth and fadeth away, you know, what are some of the characteristics of that, if you don't mind?
The earth fadeth away?
The world, when they talk about the world fading away, I'm going to deal with the world.
It means the rich white folks won't be rich white folks no more.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Just like when the stock market crashed back in the 30s, you know, what happened was you had rich white people that just lost every damn thing.
And start killing themselves.
Right. They start jumping off buildings and all of that, you know, jumping to their death. You see what I'm saying? Well, this same thing is going on now. You see what's getting ready to go on now anyway. You see what I'm saying? As this world picks up, because just like in mob movies and stuff like that, me myself, once again, I watch a lot of mafia movies. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, in these mafia movies, right, when the mob families be at war, these wars cost money. They cost. You see what I'm saying? That's why they always so quick to want to make a truce. Once that war starts to get hot and heated up and everything, they want to make a truce. They're like, man, look, this is bad for business. You see what I'm saying? Well, it's the same thing on a large scale. The same thing, on a global scale. War costs money, it costs lives, it costs all of this and that. You see what I'm saying? But see, here's the thing, in the mob, with the mob, they found a peaceful resolution, of how to stop the wars when they all formed their own little union. You see what I'm saying? The union of mob bosses and all that up under Lucky Luciano. Well, now that same thing right there started the European Union. You see what I'm saying? But you can't build something on crime and murder and theft and all that and expect for it to stay together like that. It's not going to stay together. It's only, see, the thing about it, when the white man does crime and all of that, we think the white man's so great because the white man can get away with, he seemingly can get away with murder and crime. That's why we think that he's so great. You see what I'm saying? We think the white man is so great because he can prosper off of wickedness and evil. You see what I'm saying? But for a time. And when we see us, when we try and do the same thing, we can be even smarter than him in doing that. You see what I'm saying? Like in the show The Wire, when they had the co-op. You familiar with anybody familiar with The Wire? They had what they called the co-op. But the co-op would be smashed, it was smashed in an instant. You see what I'm saying? One man smashed the whole damn co-op. You see what I'm saying? Within, not even within a generation, but hell, within a matter of some years. You see what I'm saying? It didn't even, I don't even think it even lasted 5, 6 years. But see, when the white man does it, his stuff can last, longer than that because he's the man of sin. You see what I'm saying? The Most High, he smashes our stuff when we come together like that, under something wicked. He smashes our stuff fast. You see what I'm saying? We don't, as soon as we come together at that table, the clock is ticking. But with the white man and everything, the clock is ticking too, but it's just ticking slower. You see what I'm saying? Because when the Most High puts a destruction to him, it's going to be an utter destruction. Now the European Union, the same peace that they had before, now they're being broken up. You see what I'm saying? Britain and all of them, the ones that are siding with the United States. And then you got other ones, while they sit at this table, go ahead.
So like the United Nations.
Right, exactly. Now think about it. Now picture the United Nations all coming together at a table, right? And they were at peace before. But now as the war and everything is starting to heat up, and and everybody's in position, and now everybody's forced to choose a side. You see what I'm saying? Some side with America, and then the other ones siding with, with the Eastern world, right? So what does that do to them? That starts to split them up. You see what I'm saying? Now with them being busted up, then it's going to be busted up even in a smaller level to make them start to fight. Just like what happened during the time of World War II. All of these European countries, all of this white-on-white crime. You see what I'm saying? Which, me personally, I believe that they should be in jail. You see what I'm saying? White-on-white crime, it's a crime that should be punishable by death. You see what I'm saying? Death or life in prison, one of the two, whichever one Taylor fits the individual. You see what I'm saying? Some people will suffer more from life in prison than they would actually being executed. You see what I'm saying? So the ones that figure that they will suffer more, leave them alive. You know what I'm saying? Leave them alive, let them serve out their days, give them quadruple life sentences. You see what I'm saying? While the other ones, go ahead and off them because they figure, well, if I get in prison, then I can do something and I can eventually one day get out. Yeah, go ahead and just cut them on loose. You know what I'm saying? All right. For the Lord has spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. Now, why is the earth mourning? I want to know this. It says the earth mourneth. Now, that means the earth has a spirit to it. The earth has a, you know what I'm saying, a being. Why does it say that it mourneth? You understand? Can anybody explain that? Why does it say the earth mourneth? The mourning means you're sad, you're crying, things like that, right? Okay. Do you know, a little piece, just a little piece of what this might be talking about right here?
All the sin on the earth.
Right. Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Earth, pumping the oil out of the earth.
Right.
All this unnecessary stuff.
Right. The white man is sapping every damn resource up out of the earth.
Cutting every tree, poisoning every lake.
Right, exactly. You see what I'm saying? Pumping all of that oil. That's a hell of an example with the oil. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not supposed to sap that much oil out of the earth. The earth needs that oil. It needs it. I mean, you have other oil resources. You don't have to just tap into that one all the time. You know what I'm saying? The earth, needs that because the plates inside the earth, they need to shift. You see what I'm saying? Just like when you don't oil things, you don't oil a machine, the machine locks up and it causes, all types of, it causes problems. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's what happens up under the earth. That's the reason why you got so much, that's the reason why you got so many earthquakes. You see what I'm saying? But here's the thing about it. Yeah, here's the thing about it. Is with the earthquakes. Yeah, she's good. Yeah, true. Think you can. Yeah, she might come back over here. Yeah, good. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, and the world languisheth. The earth mourneth because like I was saying, all the earth's resources is being tapped out of it, and also too, all the innocent blood is shed upon the earth, because that also makes the earth to mourn. Also, the earth wasn't made to sin. You see what I'm saying? Now but at the same time, you force somebody, in a position, right, and that they don't want to be in. You force a man to sin, he's going to be in what? He's going to be in mourning, right? Same thing with the earth. You see what I'm saying? It's just like a woman. If a woman gets raped, you see what I'm saying? She's going to be in mourning behind what happened to her. She's going to be traumatized and all of that. Well, the white man has raped the whole earth. That's why it says here, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The proud, the haughty people, the ones that are, up high in their own minds, and in their bloodline, and their stock, and all of that, and their riches, and their wealth, and their power. They're languishing, meaning the pride is coming down. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. The earth is defiled because all of the sin that was, as a matter of fact, they got a song called Strange Fruit. Has anybody ever heard of that song? Strange Fruit? It's an old song, right? And this old song, when it talks about strange fruit, what it's actually talking about is all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that have been killed on this land, and whose now blood is in the ground, just like Abel's blood was. But at the same time, in a lot of those same spots, there's trees growing up with fruit. You see what I'm saying? Now, when people say that they finding blood in bananas, right, and various different fruits, where is that blood coming from? That blood is coming from a defiled earth, whose people were slain on it, and the blood was not cleansed. There was no justice concerning that blood. So now, when you get a banana and it has blood inside the banana, you know what's up. You see what I'm saying? Just like they're finding, rivers and things like that in other countries, and those rivers are being turned blood red. All of that stuff is Bible prophecy. You see what I'm saying? And the Apocrypha said, and blood shall come out of the wood. Right? Now when it talks about blood coming up out of the wood, now the wood, according to the Bible, in Old English terms, mean the forest, the woods. It's not just talking about like one piece of wood or something like that. You see what I'm saying? The wood is the wood, what we call a forest today. Now when it talks about and blood shall come out of the wood, what does that mean? That means blood coming out of trees. You see what I'm saying? Because all of this stuff have an effect. All of this stuff affects the earth. What did the Most High do? He cursed Cain for the blood that he shed of his brother, and said that the land would not yield forth its increase. You see what I'm saying? Now, what sin did Cain do that he was consistently reminded of when the ground wouldn't yield forth its increase like he wanted it to do, because he had to till the ground also? What sin was he reminded of, Trooper?
Shedding his brother's innocent blood. That's
right. So now, when people find blood in trees, blood in bananas, blood in different type of blood orange, all of that stuff, now they can know what the hell they know what that is now. You see what I'm saying? The blood of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel was shed all over America. How can they consistently shed our blood and expect for the crops and everything to grow right? You see what I'm saying? How can they do that? The blood is never cleansed. No justice has ever been done to the people that did this to our foreparents and to our children whom they're slaying in the abortion clinics today. Go ahead.
Shalaki. It's been like that for a couple of years. That's why they've been cloning animals and fruits and vegetables.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly why they've been doing that. Because they see that the earth is not yielding forth its increase. And here's another thing too. Don't fall into this deception. When they say, well, it's human nature. It's the human race that's causing all that. That's bullshit. That ain't the human race. The human race, the white man is the only damn man that can tax you for breathing the air. So it's him. You see what I'm saying? You can't sit there and blame it. I can't put a carbon tax on nobody. You see what I'm saying? I can't sit there and charge you $17 for a fishing license to fish. You see, I can't do that. You see what I'm saying? Right. No race can do that in America but the white man.
That's right.
So he is the damn blame. You see what I'm saying? But the white man is such an evil bastard, he'd rather sit there and say, no, see, these problems is problems with humanity. The problem ain't humanity, is him. You see what I'm saying? And then there's also a flip side even to when he say that. Because see, the name human actually comes from humus. You see what I'm saying? Like when they say humus soil. Humus soil is the darkest soil on the face of the planet. You see what I'm saying? And the richest in nutrients, you know what I'm saying? And it's the most expensive. If you're trying to plant any type of garden or anything like that, that stuff, that's the richest soil it is out there. That's why they call us human beings. Now, us blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know what I'm saying, we have darkness to our skin. You see what I'm saying? So now, when they say it's the human race, there's a flip side to that. They can say it's the dark people. You see what I'm saying? Because themselves, in reality, they're least human than anybody else on the face of the planet. Because they have, what is it, Drew? What do they have?
They're regenerative. They don't have any melanin.
Right, exactly. The white man speaks with a forked tongue. Just like a serpent, when he flicks his tongue out, it splits in two. He speaks two ways. He's double-tongued. And then we always have to understand that. That's why it said in the curses that we'll be among a nation whose language we did not understand. You see what I'm saying? But in the Isupk, we understand the devil's tongue. We understand it well. We study. We understand, we know what he's saying when he appears to be saying something else. And being up under the Isupk, whoever's up under the Isupk will understand this also, so that we don't be duped and gamed the hell up by silly politicians and dumb black Negro leaders and all of that, that's slaves to the politicians. We won't have to worry about that because we'll understand the double tongue that they speak.
That's right.
So let me get further with the scripture. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. Wow. Oh, check this out. It says they have transgressed the laws, right? Because, I mean, how did they transgress the laws? They transgressed the laws by saying that the laws was totally done away with, right? You see what I'm saying? Because these laws that are set up on the earth are to make things prosper and grow. You see what I'm saying? The law concerning the land. The white man was put up on game, by George Washington Carver on how to have the land to rest. There's a law that you're supposed to, the 7th year, you're supposed to let the land rest, so the land can rejuvenate itself, just like a person. That's the Sabbath of the land right there. Just like a person. 6 days shalt thou labor, and in the 7th thou shalt rest. You see what I'm saying? Well, now with the earth, it's the same way. The earth has to rest also. You see what I'm saying? So now, when you get in the year, in the 8th year, now everything can pick back up. You see what I'm saying? Everything can pick back up because the land has had rest. It's had its Sabbath. But what do? No. Produce. That shows you all in itself that the white man is not the man that's supposed to be ruling this earth. He rules the earth as a savage, greedy animal, and he will destroy everything. Go ahead.
He does it so much that he mass produces more than he can even sell, and then he throws the rest away.
Right, that's exactly what he does. You know why? And you know why he throws the rest away?
Because he'd rather see it in the trash than to give it to anybody.
Right, exactly. He gets off on suffering. The white man gets off on watching people suffer. He gets off on it because he's the physical walking representation of Satan. Satan loves those things. So does the white man, who is his physical representatives on the face of the planet. They're like unto him. You see what I'm saying? They love suffering. They love watching people suffer. He says, especially that damn Jewish man. Nobody, when it comes all down to the core, that man right there is the most rotten man, He's even worse than the other races of Edom. He's even worse. He's the exact embodiment. You see what I'm saying? He's the damn exact embodiment as a race of Satan. That's why before they were called the Jewish people, they were actually called the serpent people. That's what people call them. You see what I'm saying? Changed the ordinances. Broken the everlasting covenant. Whoa, can anybody explain that? Said the people on the earth have broken the everlasting covenant. Now you got to think about it. Wait a minute. The covenant wasn't with them, was it? It wasn't with the other nations and other races, was it? So you got to think now, well, how did they break a covenant that wasn't given to them? They broke the covenant by breaking us. You know what I'm saying? And broke the covenant through us by making us not keep the covenant. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, pushing that God's laws was done away with. They the ones that control all the television stations that push that agenda to say that God's laws was done away with. You see what I'm saying? They the ones that push that. And the Christian church, is good little slaves just carry on. Yes, sir, master. The laws is done away with. Except for the law of tithing, nigger. Okay. Law of the tithing, niggas. Tithe, niggas. You see what I'm saying? They agree with whatever the hell the white man damn say. This is how they broke the covenant. They broke the everlasting covenant because now what did they do? They calling us something else. The people of the covenant are now being called something else. We being called Negroes. You see what I'm saying? We're told that we come from Africa, that we Hamites, that we come from Ham. That's the breaking of the covenant, because if you think that you come from Ham, right, then you're thinking that God never had a covenant with you. You see what I'm saying? And then when you look at the people who you look at as the people of the covenant, it's going to be the Jewish people whom they call the Jews today. You're going to look at them and say, okay, that's the people of the covenant. Now we understand how they broke the covenant, and the whole world is in on this. You see what I'm saying? The whole world wants a piece of Jerusalem. Everybody does. All nations are fighting over it. Go ahead.
Sure. If you look at the world now, everybody wants to be a Negro.
Right.
The white rappers, the white athletes, everybody wants to be a Negro. It's always been like that.
Right. They want to be a Negro, but they don't want to suffer with the Negroes. And all of these silly coon Christians and all of the fake Israelite groups and all of that, they talk about the stranger being grafted in. They're the ones that talk all of that, right? They're not trying to suffer with Israel. You see what I'm saying? They're not trying to suffer with, they ain't never tried to suffer with us. What race tried to deliberately came and said, damn, I hate the way that those people are being done. Those are God's people right there. I'd rather suffer with them than enjoy the riches, of my own people, of the Moabites. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather go ahead and be down with them, man. That's God's people. How many of them have said that?
None.
So that lets you know how many of them is going to be grafted in. You see what I'm saying? Plain as day. They're not being grafted in. They're not trying to suffer with us. And you know what? And one thing, the Lord likes it that way for a reason. Because the Lord understands that any group that gives us kindness in our broken and enslaved state, we'll worship them. You see what I'm saying? All they got to do is feed a nigga. That's all they got to do. All they got to do is feed a nigga, show a nigga some kindness. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, in the Arab stores, right? Arabs, in Louisville, I ain't never seen it here. But in Louisville, where I'm from, in the Arab stores, every now and then, they'll sit there and take, the old chicken and all of that, you know what I'm saying, that they would normally throw away. They will give it to somebody. You see what I'm saying? They'll be like, hey, man, I got these wings here, or they'll give you a bullshit price and be like, just give me, $3, $3, $4 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you can take all of this. You see what I'm saying? But it's funny. Here's the funny thing about it, though. They don't do this with the people that seem to, be bowing down to them and all of that. They did it with me because they know that I know something. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I would take the chicken, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I know who you are. And they know that I know who they are, and they respect it. You see what I'm saying? Just like but see, here's the thing though, but the niggas is, worshiping them and all of that, always hanging out at the store, asking something from them and all of that, they would much rather have his ass thrown in jail. You see what I'm saying? Or try and beat him up or anything like that, because I don't put nothing past none of these damn heathens. Because that's how they are, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord made it that way because he don't want us worshiping and clinging to these other nations. That's why he allows them to treat us so badly. You see what I'm saying? And the only people that in the scriptures, when it said, like during the time of Jehoshaphat, when it said, and the kings of the earth, the fear of the Lord fell upon the kings of the earth, upon all the nations of the earth, and they brought Jehoshaphat gifts. You see what I'm saying? Because they seen Jehoshaphat was in a position of power. You see what I'm saying? So they bringing him gifts. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, now everybody want to be your brother now. Once they see that that they ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? And your people is the shit, you know what I'm saying? Now they showing some damn respect. Now they want to call you brother and shit when they was calling you nigga before. You see what I'm saying? Now they want to call you their brother. You know, and then they want to try you and test you, assalamu alaikum, to see if you say it back and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now they confused, you know what I'm saying? Now they really afraid. Because now they know that you ain't no Muslim either. You see what I'm saying? That you actually, now they know that you know. Because them damn Arabs, they know. They keep the history and everything. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Most races have schools, indoctrinants, and teachings telling them the absolute truth and how to keep it secret from everybody else.
Right. Really, what they really want to do is keep it secret from us.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because, see, they understand something. This is why they so fast to join the white man. Because they know if the white man falls, they fall behind it. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's what the whole thing, in Ezekiel, which is a pretty deep chapter, when they talk about, you know, the nations clinging to Pharaoh of Egypt, you know what I'm saying? That was clinging to his branches, how he was the Assyrian being a fair tree and all of that. When they fell, the other nations were hurt behind them. You see what I'm saying? Just like when America falls. It says all the merchants of the earth is going to cry and they're going to mourn. You see what I'm saying? So these other nations don't want us to have our heritage, and they don't even give a damn if we know that we the Israelites now. They don't care about that now because, you know, they know this truth being pushed too strong, and there's nothing they can really do about that. But what they don't want is us to come together in rank and order. Up under Commander General Yohana in the Isupk, up under Yahushua.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. They don't want that. Because, see, that connects you to the vine. See, the brothers that's out there teaching that we Israel and all of that, these niggas ain't nothing but wild grapes. You see what I'm saying? They wild grapes, just like, they grapes that's detached from the vine. And what happens with a grape, you know, when it's detached from the vine, actually it'll be plump for a little while. You know what I'm saying? It'll be good and plump and all of that. It'll look nice and all of that, but eventually you'll start to see something happen. Eventually you'll start to see like little dents in it. You know what I'm saying? You'll start to see it, you know what I'm saying? You know, it'll start to look like a little deflated little ball or something. You know what I'm saying? And then the sweetness that was on the inside turns sour. You see what I'm saying? Eventually it just wastes to nothing to damn near vinegar. You see what I'm saying? That's what eventually had. Then, next thing you know, it goes back to being a damn raisin because all the juice is dry up, period. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's the same thing that's going to happen with all of these fake Israelite groups. You see what I'm saying? Because if they're not attached to the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, they're not attached to the branch. You see what I'm saying? They're not attached to the vine. They're wild. And with all the grapes and everything that's wild and just laid out, that's not even attached to the cluster, who's attached to the vine, who's attached to the branch, they're going to wither away. You see what I'm saying? They should, you know, if anything, they should be sitting there having a damn council asking who's supposed to, I mean, I would respect them a lot better if they did this. You know, if they held a council of all the Israelite groups, right? And they would have sat at the table and they would sincerely ask who is supposed to lead. You see what I'm saying? I could respect that way more right there. You see what I'm saying? If they were big, you know, all the leaders of all the Israelite camps, because in order for you to be an Israelite camp leader, you know, you have to believe that you've chosen the lead of the Lord. You have to believe. If you break off from the ISUPK and you go start your own group, you are convinced, either you're convinced that the Most High has called you to lead this whole nation, or you in it for your own, just your own personal gain. You see what I'm saying? Which both of them is deceptive. Both of them is deceit. You see what I'm saying? The man that believes he's the lead, you know what I'm saying? His whole belief on that will be based on nothing. You see what I'm saying? And the man that's out there to deceive and to game up the people and just get rich, well, it just is what it is with him. You see what I'm saying? He is another wolf coming to spoil the sheep. You know what I'm saying? So now if they was this goes to show you that they're not sincere. You see what I'm saying? And they got to fit in that second category. You see what I'm saying? Because if they didn't fit in that second category, then they would be asking the question, who is supposed to lead? Who did the Lord choose? Who did the Most High choose to lead? They would be asking that. But they're not asking that. So that obviously by default puts them in category number 2. You see what I'm saying?
I'll kill you with a knife. Make sure that door is locked.
Yeah, that has them, you know what I'm saying, what they are is they're deceiving every damn body. That's the reason why they never come together in a council to be like, man, who is supposed to actually run this nation?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And they, you know, totally done. And then here's this now to add even more insult to injury. They talk bad about either they talk bad about Commander General Yohana, or the ones that don't talk bad about Commander General Yohana don't give him the honor that he should have. Right. You see what I'm saying? Both of them are bad. But it's even worse when you go talk greasy, though. That's even worse. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so let me get back to the scriptures.
So like, have the trooper, we're gonna anoint him after class. Have him do the reading.
Come. All right. Isaiah 24:6.
Right here, we gotta train him up so he knows how to do everything. He's the second man now. You know what I'm saying? Soon he'll be up here. After tonight, he'll be up here.
Isaiah 24:6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell with therein.
Okay. It said, therefore have the curse devoured the earth. Right?
That's right.
Now think about it. Yeah, what curse is it talking about? Yeah, go ahead.
The curse of I'm not sure, officer.
Okay. The curse that the Most High has put on the earth behind shed blood that was shed upon it of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the curse that the earth is under. So when the ground doesn't produce the crops that it's supposed to produce, now we know why. You see what I'm saying? World War III is going to affect the earth even more so. I mean, it's like going to double it up. You see what I'm saying? And they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants... Oh, Salaki, that's right. You're supposed to read. Go ahead, Trooper.
Salaki. And they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Now, you know what this burning is going to be about. Why does it say the inhabitants of the earth are burned?
There was World War III.
Right. Thermonuclear destruction. Now, Farrakhan was just talking about, he just said something to his congregation about the Lord is not going to let man carry out his judgment. He said something to that nature. You see what I'm saying? But he wasn't going according to the Bible when he said that. You know, he uses the Bible enough to gain people up enough so that they'll think that he knows. You see what I'm saying? So now, when he said that, nobody was like, wait a minute, but the Bible says, nobody said that, because they looking at him as a Bible teacher. That's why he did that whole little spiel about how he's transitioning and Christ is his Savior and all of that. You see what I'm saying? But with him saying that, now he can say that the earth ain't going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. Now we're looking at him as a man of Allah and a man of Jesus Christ too.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So now nobody's really going to question what are you going to say with a critical eye? And few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. Give me verse 8.
Verse 8. The mirth of the tablets ceases the noise.
What does that mean? The mirth of the tabret ceases. Do you know?
No, officer.
Yeah, the tabret is an instrument of music. When it says the mirth of the tabret ceases, the noise of them that rejoice means music stopping. You see what I'm saying? Now think about it. As America falls, as America, you know, as the war is at people's front door, what role is Gucci Man and them gonna play?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, could you imagine this? Could you imagine it's a kingdom that's in distress, and he's pissed and he's angry. You know what I'm saying? Or no, how about this? Say your boss at work, he's real mad about something, the company is plummeting and everything. And then some black dude come around, he's rapping and all that. What's gonna happen with him? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he coming and rapping and sea walking and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
While everybody else is like, damn, the company's failing. You know,
we're gonna lose a job.
Right.
Or it looks like it's bleak.
Right. So what's gonna happen with him?
He's gone.
He's gone. He's done. You know what I'm saying? He's fired. You see what I'm saying? So now all your celebrities, all your entertainers, all your entertaining monkeys and all that, they're gonna be fired. All your court jesters, they're gonna be fired. You see what I'm saying? Hell, they already starting to blame them all now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead, read more on that verse.
Verse 9. They shall not drink wine with song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
Now, wine and all of that is, represents being merry. You know what I'm saying? You know, the king, when his heart is, when he's happy, what does he do? He get him a glass of wine. You know what I'm saying? So what this is saying, nobody, that joy is going to be gone. It's going to be seized. You see what I'm saying? There won't be no song and drink and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just going to be time of mourning and everybody sitting, you know what I'm saying, being sad and afraid. Go ahead, go into verse 10.
Verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in.
Okay. So every house is shut up that no man may come in. But this is a time of total silence. You see what I'm saying? This is a time of, of mourning and, and all of the mirth that all of these nations have, because you can sit there and see the mirth of these nations right now when you look, you look on the travel channels and all of that. All of that stuff's going to be shut down. Because this war, it's going to touch everything. You know what I'm saying? It's going to touch the islands. It's going to touch everything. This is going to be worse than the other ones. Look at the damage that World War I and World War II did. So just imagine what this one is going to be like. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is going to be something else right here. And it's going to touch every facet of life. You see what I'm saying? It's going to touch, it's not going to be a place, and every culture is going to be involved. You see what I'm saying? In time past, you didn't have cultures and tribes and all of that have been to themselves. You see what I'm saying? That have been, but everybody's going to get sucked into this thing. I just watched a clip where it talk about white women going to the country of the Messiahs, Sudan, I think it is.
Yeah, come.
They're going over there to find love, right? Now, the Messiahs have always been a people, you know what I'm saying? They the ancient Egyptians, you know what I'm saying? They've been a people to separate themselves and live as a tribe. That's why all of them look alike. They don't allow other genes and other things to come in with them. You look at their skin, they're all the same color. You know what I'm saying? They all of them tall as hell and skinny. You know what I'm saying? They've been a people that's been all to themselves. But see, here recently, you having rich white women that are going over there in the Messiah land, and the Messiah dudes are now prostituting themselves. You see what I'm saying? Making a covenant with the white man. So now they're going to be sucked into World War III. You see what I'm saying? Even without that, they're still going to be hell of affected, but they're going to be willing participants now. You see what I'm saying? Because they're taking on, the white man's infectious she-beast, the white woman. You see what I'm saying? All right. Also, too, the white woman's stupid because she confuses them with us. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
She somehow confuses them with us. You know what I'm saying? And then they had a little saying something about they mentioned something about the white women not being sexually satisfied with the Messiah men or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of crazy that was mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not niggas. They're not Negroes. They think they're getting a better Negro or something like that. The white woman is a vile monster. You know what I'm saying? And she's ignorant, and the white man is ignorant that's in the lowest levels, and they all in support of that shit. And they get ready to sit there and get all of the Messiah tribes into this war. You know what I'm saying? So now this stuff is going to go into all the indigenous areas, to all the indigenous people, because they're going to go and seduce everybody. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether they use the white woman or they use, they use Coca-Cola, whatever the hell it is that they use, they're going to seduce them into this war. You see what I'm saying? The pygmies, they're coming too. You know what I'm saying? That's the nation of little short people. The pygmies, yeah, they're coming too. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time. See, tribes like that been able to avoid this stuff in World War I and World War II. You see what I'm saying? But World War III is going to be a whole different ball game. Because it ain't nowhere nobody's going to be able to go to hide. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Okay, go into verse 10 again. Read verse 10 again.
Verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Right? That cities is going to be blocked off. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to, everybody's going to be afraid of somebody crossing those borders and going into their land, because they could be like, no, he's with such and such who just bombed us. Or he could be with this, or he could be with that. You talking about a time of confusion and all-out chaos. You see what I'm saying? And that also coupled with the scripture that said everybody should be gathered unto their own people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's only going to be able to trust their own. And hell, even inside that is going to be shaky.
That's right.
Okay, let's go into verse 12.
And the city is left in desolation, and the gate is gone smitten with the destruction.
Go into 13.
When thus it shall be that the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree.
It says, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people. Now, the midst is the center place. You see what I'm saying? The capital, stuff like that. Because when you're in the midst of something, that means you're like in the middle. You're the attention of everybody. Like, say, for instance, the midst of America would be like D.C. and New York and all of that. You see what I'm saying? The midst of Babylon. You see what I'm saying? And it said, at this time, it should be as the shaking of an olive tree. Now, if somebody takes an olive tree and just keeps shaking it, what's going to happen to the olives?
They're going to fall.
Right, they're going to fall off the vine, and when the shaking is finished, You see olive here, olive there, olive here, olive there, olive here, olive there. That's what it's going to be like inside the capitals of these places. You see what I'm saying? The places that are supposed to be defended the most, that are supposed to be fortified the most. That's what's going to be going on inside there.
Oh, before you leave, let's anoint him and give him his Hebrew name.
Come.
Alright, let's get the cameras on. Let's stand over here by the fridge real quick. Let's make this fast. The prayer we do is this one right here. Here we go, Officer Farrar. You know what I'm saying? Facing us right there. Right there. No, right here. And then it's facing us. Alright. Alright. We live on the internet and everything like that. So I'm gonna tell it to him like, you know, it's crowded people as well watching. This brother right here, brother who cares deeply about this truth. You can tell he's passionate as hell about this truth. That's what I love about this brother. Like, you know, some brothers come and go and say this and that. Well, I remember this brother first time in class, he said, I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? Right. I said, hey, I'm going to hold you to it. And this brother held his word. I could see he's passionate as hell about this truth. Zealous for the Lord. Zealous for his family, to teach his children, brought his children to class. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very honorable, very zealous, very passionate brother. Very, as well, very fierce. Like I said, one day we was here. We was unloading equipment for the school. We lifted the whole fucking stove on.
Right.
Surprised the hell out of me.
That's
you know what I'm saying? We trying to move the truck. He said, all right, hold up. They picked the whole, so zealous, it's passionate, you know, and his form is just like his passion. You know what I mean?
Right.
Very strong. You know what I'm saying? That's why this brother will no longer be known as the name he was once known as in the world. This brother will be known as Isupk, which means fierce lion. Cut it up. Azariah. Let that run down. Shoot. Let's do the prayers. Azariah. We do it together. Just me and you. Just me and you. I'll do it and you do after me. Ya Baraka Yahweh.
Ya Baraka Yahweh.
Waya Shamarka.
Waya Shamarka.
Ya.
Ya.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panua.
Panua.
Aliyaka.
Aliyaka.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yasha.
Yasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Panua.
Panua.
Aliyaka.
Ayaka.
Wayasham.
Wayasham.
Laka.
Laka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
You're going to say your name 3 times. Isaiah. Say it 3 times. As loud as you can.
Azariah!
Isaiah!
Azariah!
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 Isaiah! Ba'ashem Yahushua. Throughout our month. Clap it up. He is now officially a trooper in the Israelite school, a universal practical knowledge. You got all the benefits and privileges as a trooper, also all the responsibilities as a trooper. We went over this as far as attending classes, camps. Anytime you can't attend camp because of, you know, slavery or whatnot, is you pay your $20 camp fund to still show your support. Even if you can't make it, you're far off anything. And so, you know what I mean, you keep your reports in, you keep putting in your work, carry boxes, help us at camp. You now will be officially allowed into camp to support us and be a part of the camp and whatnot. And you know about Commander J. Yohana, you know what I mean, watch your radio show this week. They'll be giving you a shout out for your name and whatnot. All right, shalom. Y'all about to show it up.
Let's go
to the door.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, officer.
Okay. And it's Isaiah.
Azariah.
Isaiah.
Azariah.
Which means, like I said, fierce lion. Alright? Isaiah. That's what we'll be calling you from now on. We'll get you the spelling and stuff later, alright? Shalom. Get your shades. Keep teaching the class. Yeah. Set the camera back straight. Oh, word. Most High in Christ. Flip the camera around. You can get back to your lesson. All right, sweet.
Now, go to Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1. The hell with what Farrakhan's saying.
That's right.
You understand something. The Most High always uses the hand of man to judge man. You see what I'm saying? He's always did that all throughout the scripture. And what Farrakhan was just saying was, he just removed, you see what I'm saying? He just removed about 3/4 of the Bible by that quote. You see what I'm saying? And what does the scripture say about any man that takes away from the prophecies? You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
What did he do? He took out the judgment. You see what I'm saying?
Still a little bit more adjusting I need to do to the camera would be almost straight.
So obviously he was trying to say that he's trying to say that America, that the Most High is not going to judge America by the hands of other nations. But at the same time though, he does quote the fact that America is Babylon. Is modern day Babylon.
All right.
So now in this scripture, in this chapter right here, Isaiah chapter 13, I'm gonna prove Farrakhan a damn lie. As a matter of fact, before I go into that, I'm gonna go into Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 5.
Go ahead, read for yourself first. Right. Yeah, just read for yourself. Let me get this camera right.
Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 5. Every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. Now, back to Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountains. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, tumultuous noise of the kingdoms and of nations gathered together. Means an uproar of everybody. Every nation is in uproar. Every time you cut on CNN, you see what I'm saying? Or BBC News and all of that.
That's right.
There's uproars going on everywhere. You know, even on a smaller scale, a protest for this, protest for that.
And if I could, they even had the Nazis was protesting over in Europe. They have Nazis the same way it's in Charlottesville. People who believe in neo-Nazism and everything like that, they have the same type of protest, fighting and stuff in the streets. Same type of little riots. That's happening in Europe too. That's not just going on in America.
Right. And then at the same time too, You know, you got even all the Asian, you know, the Asian nations and all of that. They in the same situation. This stuff is going on globally, except it ain't picked up with them. I don't think it's really picked up with them real heavy quite yet. You see what I'm saying? But we know damn good well that that's definitely coming. Believe that. And all of these tumultuous noises are they're gonna increase. They're gonna keep rising up. All the reporters are gonna have their work cut out for them.
All right, where we at?
We in
Isaiah
chapter 13.
Oh yeah, I love this chapter.
Right. Yeah, this is the first perfect chapter to cut Farrakhan with. And garbage he's talking about.
What verse are we on?
We're going to verse 4 now. We're into the last line of verse 4.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle.
Now, who did it say? Muster the host? Who's stirring all of these people up?
Right.
The Most High is stirring them all up. He's getting them all stirred up together because he wants all of them to be in war. He doesn't want any peace among these nations. These nations all have a debt to pay. You see what I'm saying? The Most High is not going to allow them to have peace. That's why he's breaking up the European Union up as we speak.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He wants them to fight. He wants them to fight each other.
And if I could, also, I just watched a little special about Venezuela, how Venezuela is picking up arms and making more of the people, like the militias, and teaching all the people in the whole country how to be a part of the army when need be, because they feel, because something Donald Trump said about Venezuela, like he was going to invade their country or something, or add more sanctions or go to war with Venezuela. So now you got all the civilians learning the guns, and they're already in a bad state where hardly nobody can eat. So this is just perfect. Now you just enlist everybody in the army, give everybody rations. Now you just build up your army. It's perfect for Venezuela. They can just easily do that.
Right. Wow. That's that's a major point that you're bringing out there. You know, starve the people and then say, well, we got food. You go ahead and take this gun. You get a gun and food. So now they're like, hell. And then I just seen that they have almost 250,000 soldiers right now. You know what I'm saying? They got a quarter in Venezuela. They got over I think the exact number was somewhere around 230,000 soldiers, active soldiers right now down in Venezuela. And remember, Cap, when we were just talking, a while back about, the link between Venezuela and Iran, right?
Yeah, kind of.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Venezuela has. One of the things they have to offer Iran for protection. Oh, you talking about the microphone? Oh, damn.
Make sure every class separates because they can't hear what you were saying now. Look what this is to say. Can't hear it. I wish your audio was better. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's just try to be louder. I don't know. Shit, as close as it gets, really. Get a little closer. I'm trying to put it a little closer. Just keep teaching.
Just like with Iran and Venezuela, there's a relationship between the two. Just like Hugo Chavez had mentioned a while back, he was saying if America keeps on dealing with, keeps on coming up against Iran, Hugo Chavez said that he wasn't going to sell America any more oil. You see what I'm saying? Now those are hot words right there. So what he's pretty much saying is we're backing Iran. Now Iran needs some soldiers in Venezuela. You see what I'm saying? So now they're getting Venezuela pumped up, getting more war, getting them laid out, decked out with more war, with more training the soldiers. I mean, that number probably in the Europe from now is going to be maybe 500,000 or something that they're going to have. They're going to be they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Scoot over just a little bit to the left a little bit. So see this the picture. You want to get your head like right over a little more. You see what I'm saying? Get my head over. It's like 30 seconds behind. So see you just now scooting over. But also another thing about, like the scripture says, beat your plowshares into swords. Prepare war. This is all World War III. All these nations are going to be preparing war and preparing for battle. Move over a little more. So you got to probably put your feet on the outside. So like split your legs. You know what I mean? Split it on there. You know, and prepare war. That's what the scriptures say. And beat your plowshares into swords. That's what they're doing in Venezuela. They teaching all the normal citizens, instead of doing any farming, they teaching them sword play. They teaching them how to put together guns, how to reload, how to shoot straight and true, all of that. That's what's going on across the world.
And what makes it so bad, they got the tribe of Asher.
Even more.
They got the tribe of Asher down there with some cold-blooded warriors. They some hardcore warriors down there. You know what I'm saying? They got, those brothers, those people that they putting all in the army, they putting Israelites in that army.
That's right.
And see, now Iran can sit back and still have an army that's down in Venezuela, you know what I'm saying, ready to attack at a moment's notice. Without them having to set foot in Venezuela themselves. You see what I'm saying? And for the exchange, Iran could give food. Because I certainly do believe they're behind that. You know what I'm saying? I certainly do believe that. And the food, a lot of the food might even be coming from them.
That's right. Where we at? They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Said they come from a far country, from the end of heaven. I mean, they coming from the other side of the world. Now think about it. Where are they coming to? Now, what place now all of the other side of the world, that is the whole eastern side of the world. So they coming from they're coming from the end of heaven, coming from the other side of the world to a certain place. You see what I'm saying? You ain't coming from the end of heaven if you going from Iran to Britain. You see what I'm saying? So where would you be coming from and going to? You can only be coming to one place. You can only be coming to this western region of the world right here. If it mentions the distance and you coming from a far country, from the end of heaven, you see what I'm saying? They can only be talking about the destination being here.
Right. Hail ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
It comes as a destruction from the Almighty. Now who the hell? How come Farrakhan didn't read this?
That's right.
Why didn't he read this to you? Ask yourself that question. All of you Muslims, all you Islam believers and all of that. And this is the funny thing about it, though. This is the thing that trips me out. If Farrakhan's supposed to be like the leader of the Negro Islamic nation, whatever you want to call it.
That's right.
And he reads the Bible, but when you talk to a Muslim, they say the Bible's garbage.
Right.
But then they leader read the Bible, though. That sounds pretty foolish right there. I mean, even if you don't believe the Bible, if you following a man that actually reads the Bible, it's best that you crack the book open too. You see what I'm saying? It's best that you do that. Therefore shall
Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Now see, America can be bold as long as the war's fought somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? And they can run around with their chest out and say, we the greatest country, we'll beat anybody, we'll do this and we'll do that. But hell, America is like a boxer with good punching power but a weak chin. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because once you get hit, everything gonna fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Just like when 9/11 hit. It was just 2,000 people that got killed in the Trade Center, and the whole country was in shambles.
That's right.
Didn't know what to do. Everybody was in fear. You had, I remember one of my buddies said his heart started. He almost had a heart attack, literally, when he heard about what happened with the Trade Center. He literally almost had a heart attack. Now that is America right there. So when we talk about the hands being faint, and every man's heart shall melt, man, right? If you got heart failure, you need to certainly be inside this body, so that you don't have the fear when it hits you, it don't shock you to the point to where you go into cardiac arrest. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Go ahead, sir.
And they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Man, it said pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. To take hold of somebody means to grab them. You know what I'm saying? Man, when it talks about somebody, taking hold of you, like a father jacking up his little son, he grabs you. What's your problem? It said pains and sorrows is going to take hold of them like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's some hardcore stuff right there. So imagine, what is your spirit, what is your fighting spirit going to be like inside a kingdom that this is going on? You know what I'm saying? All your fighting is going to become domestic. Because when you're going up against an enemy that you figure is too strong, what ends up happening is the people turn against one another. That's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in the situation that we in. Because the white man's doing stuff to us, but we can't do nothing to the white man. So the next nigga right there that look at me funny, you know what I'm saying? I'll be ready to do him in. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works.
That's right.
So that was the spirit that America will take on. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we supposed to separate from this so that we don't get caught up in that. You see what I'm saying? The Negroes is out there in the world, that's loving white girls and loving all of that. You gonna take on that same damn mentality. You know what I'm saying? You gonna take on that I'm gonna kill a nigga mentality. That's what you gonna take on. And some nigga gonna come and do you in. Or some Edomites gonna come and do you in, because that's gonna piss them off that you were one of their damn women in that day. Because everything is gonna go back to how it was in the old time. Lynching niggas for being with white women and all of that stuff's coming back. Black women running around with a damn white man, they gonna find her dumb ass hanging some damn where. You see what I'm saying? And left up there for bird food. Ain't nobody even gonna take her down off the tree. You know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead.
They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another.
Man, say they should be amazed one at another. Man, you heard what just happened? You heard what just happened right over there? It was a terrorist attack just right up the street. They blew the whole damn mini mart up. You know what I'm saying? Right. Man, you heard that? Go ahead, sir.
Their faces shall be as flames.
Their faces shall be as flames. You ever seen a nigga be so scared that his eyes is lit up? You know what I'm saying? And then you can just see all the fear in his face. They gonna look at each other and they gonna see each other like that. The fear in each other's faces, intense fear. That's why it says their faces shall be as flames. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but also too, there'll be the reflection of the literal fire is going to be reflecting off their face along with the fear too. That's why it said their faces shall be as flames. Go ahead.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
Now, this is something that the Most High has to do. He has to lay the land desolate. He has to take this, because the earth's been defiled. You see what I'm saying? So, anything that's defiled has to be cleansed. So the Most High has to do this. He has to cleanse the earth by fire.
Right.
And he has to get rid of the inhabitants thereof also. He has to bring down all the proud nations.
For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
You talking about serious smoke going up. You see what I'm saying? You talking about serious smoke covering the stars, covering the sun, covering the moon, just like what happened with them oil fires over in what was it? What was it, in Iraq or somewhere? That happened years back when they had all them oil fires. When they very first started going into some country over there, and they set the people in the land set the oil wells on fire. And then they had to send in all the fire departments from all over the world to try and put it out. The sun in the daytime, it looked like midnight with no street lights. You know what I'm saying? It looked like midnight with no LG&E. Well, there's not LG&E here, but I'll just say no electricity. You know, it looked like, it was black. The only thing you could even see was the light that came from the flames. That was it. You see what I'm saying? That right there was a precursor to what the Most High is going to bring all over the earth right there.
And a lot of this is happening now. And we'll go to the next scripture. I'll say break down some more. Hold on one sec if I could. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth. The sun going to be darkened. That's the sun and the stars and all this and that. It's talking mainly also about the leadership. The leadership that giving light, like how you look at the stars and read the stars to get your your horoscope and see how your life is going to go and what's for your future and who should you match up with, who did you match up with, all that stuff. As far as like your leadership, it's going to be dark. Everybody who was a Muslim, who was a staunch Muslim, Farrakhan is the great Farrakhan. And the great Farrakhan, and I'm going to Farrakhan's temple, and I was at the Million Man March with Farrakhan. Now, he with his family repping Farrakhan. Now his family going to come to him and say, you heard what happened with Farrakhan? You're a Christian now.
Right.
So that means your little religion ain't shit.
Right.
Now his whole light of leadership of Islam is darkened and dark. Now he confused. Now he don't know where to go, what to turn to, because Farrakhan turned him out. And even the people in Houston who believed in Joel Osteen.
Right.
Heard how Joel Osteen was kicking them, didn't want them in his megachurch.
Right.
That's their light. When they thought Joel Osteen was this great character, now everybody's fucking making memes and jokes and he being exposed. They showed a video of him and he looked like he was pissed off and like hell. He's like trying to keep it together. Like, they putting on because everybody's going in this little mega church.
Right.
You know what I mean? For shelter. And so everybody looked to him for light. Now they like, damn, Joel Osteen, I can't believe he's acting like that.
Right.
Now they darkened there. Farrakhan followers darkened. Eddie Long followers darkened. Right. Everybody who followed different leaderships is just darkened. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right. And Joel Osteen, come on, man. People been, this dude, he's been a slimy snake for years. You know what I'm saying? This dude, he would not help any damn body, and everybody knew that. None of these mega church leaders will open their damn doors, and that's what a church is really supposed to be for. To be honest with you, if you're going to run a church, you know what I'm saying, the disaster hit, you're supposed to be opening them damn doors to make sure the people got a place to go.
And if I could, another thing about Joel Osteen, he wasn't in no suit. He was like in a t-shirt. That dude was skinny as hell. He might be doing cocaine.
Yeah. Right.
He might be probably doing cocaine. He looked like a cokehead. He looked like a clear out cokehead on that damn news show.
You see this rib?
No, I ain't seen
it.
Not lately. Or not in where the other one I did see her in the past, she was all dolled up for the cameras. I ain't see her dressed down or nothing.
But she looked like a cokehead herself. She looked like he met her at one of them parties. You know what I'm saying? Where she was snorting up a lion the size of a hot dog. You know what I'm saying? She looks like that. She always looked like she do coke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't see it in him right away, but I saw it in her a long time ago.
Yeah, I seen it in this last one. Because he was kind of doing that. He's extra super skinny and flush and like, you know, real flush and pale.
Right.
You know, that's how the cocaine make you real pale and, you know, real like, you know, real pale. Like you don't look real like lively. You look real pale and stuff like that. You look like a cokehead.
And not only that, but all the demons that they got him in. Plus, he's Jewish also. Joel Osteen's he's a Malachite on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so he got the, you know, he kind of got a, you know, a little bit of an aura like, you know, the Munsters or something. You know, Munster, you know. You know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised that he shut and locked the damn doors and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Is he the only mega church dude down there? I know they gotta have several of them though.
Man, they probably got Houston is like
That's
Texas,
what I'm saying. Houston's
that South and stuff like that. Man, they the home of mega churches and they the home of churches, man. They got tons upon tons of churches.
And what they should be doing, instead of just pointing him out, they should be pointing all of them out, because I know they all followed suit and did the same damn thing. You see what I'm saying? But then they only targeted Joel Osteen to put it like, see, he didn't open his doors, but the doors of all the other mega churches, they're hiding the fact that they're not opening theirs. You see what I'm saying? They should get them all in one damn shebang and say, all of these bastards ain't, you know, they ain't opening their damn doors. But see, they know if they did that, then Houston would start to leave Christianity. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So they'll say, Joel Osteen. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it must be kind of like his time to come down. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like it was for Eddie Long, it was his time to come down. When instead of them only focusing on Eddie Long, they should have focused on all the mega churches in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? They should have hit them all up. Because all of them are linked together. They got a damn code with each other. You know what I'm saying? All of the mega church leaders, they got damn near like a brotherhood, like what we got in the UPK. You know what I'm saying? Where they all know each other, they're all linked together, they're all, you know what I'm saying? They got that going on.
And they have, if I could, they have retreats where it's like only pastors and preachers and stuff have this, you know, big retreat and stuff like that, where they all come together and have, you know, workshops for different pastors to pastors so they can learn better ways to scam the people and whatnot.
Right.
And so they always come together. And how many of them Christian pastors knew about Eddie Long's boyfriends? How many of them knew about it? Like you said, they should have put all of Atlanta on blast about this. Everybody in Atlanta knew about him and his boyfriends. Everybody in Atlanta seen them riding around together. So it should put the whole city, state, and church on blast about that. How come he ain't get no charged on him?
Right.
So that whole city should have been blown up, just like how Houston's churches should be blown up for what? For their ineffectiveness in safeguarding the people.
That's right. And, you know, all the mega churches and all that have these resources and all that, they should be mentally preparing for these days. You see what I'm saying? They should know. I mean, hell, if you in an area where tornadoes hit, I mean, come on, man, the church is supposed to be prepared for that. You in a land where that's known for having natural disasters. Like if you're a church pastor in Florida, you should know the goddamn hurricane is coming. Come on, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But then a hurricane comes, you gonna lock your goddamn doors, you know, at some spur of the moment to lock your damn self in and all of that. You know, or you'll have a damn helicopter come pick your stupid ass up off the damn roof. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You do some silly stuff like that, man. Why ain't you supposed to be out there with the damn people? And brothers and sisters that be following these damn people, man. A lot of y'all just as wicked as them. Y'all just ain't in the position as they are. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of y'all just ain't in the same position, but y'all just as goddamn wicked, man. Because y'all sat there and be an adamant believer in making brothers and sisters follow that garbage.
That's right. That's right. Like the scriptures say, they have itchy ears. They want to hear lies. They say, speak unto us smooth things. That's precept. That's what the Bible say about black people. Black people always want to hear some smooth things and some, you know, somebody that's going to come tell them, you know, how they're going to get rich real easy and real fast, and how all they have to do is be a whore and they'll get rich. Or all they have to do is just be a worthless son bitch that just sell drugs and don't give a damn about his people at all. And now he gonna make it. How he's the most cutthroat guy. He kill a nigga. He kill a nigga just like that. He kill any black guy and his mama, and he don't give a damn.
Right.
They make him like, black people love to be like, oh yeah, cause that's the easy route.
Right.
They don't tell you the hard route where you got to build up from scratch. They don't show you that route. Black people want to hear that easy route, like the pastor gonna say, God gonna give you a blessing out the sky.
Right.
You know, you gonna get a check in the mail and miraculous healing.
Right.
They want to hear that. You know,
exactly.
they want to hear smooth things. You got itchy ears.
Yeah, that's what, they want to hear everything that caters to their lust and their own personal desire. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Joel Osteen then was feeding. That's what they were feeding people from week to week. Feeding people their own lust, their own damn desire, to where that lust and that desire becomes more important than any damn thing. And then you're gonna, once you embrace that, then you're gonna be subject to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And with them pastors having a meeting and going to retreats and all that, oh my goodness, I would hate to even see what the hell go on in that. You know what I'm saying? I would hate to hear, I done heard about rich men's retreats and stuff like that. Men that are filthy rich and all of that. They'll have on them in retreats, there'll be no females there. You know what I'm saying? Which is seriously a goddamn red flag. You know what I'm saying? There will be no females there. And there will be, the only people that will be there is like the rich, and then they would hire male servants. You know what I'm saying? They will hire male servants to cater to whatever need it was that they had. You know what I'm saying? That is some damn serious Sodom and Gomorrah Greek shit right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn how you slice it. And I know the mega church pastors follow right behind the super rich. They do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Just like the lower level pastors, you know what I'm saying, that ain't really a mega church, but they just have got a strong congregation, because you got to have a membership of about 10,000 people, active membership of about 10,000 members in order to be classified as a mega church. Now let's see, now if a person got 4,000 members, he still got a healthy, strong church, but he follows right behind the mega pastors, the mega church pastors. Because all of these churches model themselves after somebody. It's funny, I remember, back in the 90s, my sister took me to this place, this church called Dunamis. You know what I'm saying? And in Dunamis, they modeled themselves after Creflo Dollar in them. You know what I'm saying? And it was messed up because they were like, during the time they had the music playing and all of that, and they were like going around, and passing the collection plate. And it was messed up because they seen that they hustle was so good. It was a woman that was involved with it too. It was a few dudes and a woman. And the hustle was so good and so lucrative to them, she started laughing. Right there, and just started laughing because she couldn't believe how good this was working. She kind of fell apart a little bit. They kept their professional face, but she started laughing like, damn, we gaming these motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying? And I seen that. And my sister was just like, she was like sold off of it, hook, line, and sinker. She's like, she's not, you know what I'm saying? It was real messed up. You know what I'm saying? But that whole thing of success, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that go to World Changers, these are people that they want to be corporate niggas, they want to be police, they want to be, you know what I'm saying? They want to be all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they deal with these mega churches and stuff like that, or their affiliates, according to their lust. You know what I'm saying? They have a lust for power. They want to be the manager at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. But they ain't having most of them ain't having no hell of a damn position like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you look where they sit inside the congregation, you can tell what type of job they got. You know what I'm saying? That sucks, don't it? But you know what I'm saying? They can tell what type of job they got. You in the back, and your ass work at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? You may maybe manager McDonald's, but if you sit in the front, then you sit on the board for something. You know what I'm saying? You might be a some type of food scientist or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but according to their lust, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why people can't see that there's something wrong with Joel Osteen and all these mega church pastors and all of that. They can't see that something's wrong with them because of they're blinded by their own damn desire.
That's right.
And the longer you go without getting that desire, the more cold-hearted, callous, and cutthroat you're gonna be. You're gonna be the damn devil. You're gonna be the devil's his little slave. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. You know where we are, sir?
Yeah, the end of 10.
All right.
And the moon shall not cause her light to shine, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity.
Now, how's the Lord going to do this? How's the Lord going to punish the world? Through World War III. He's going to punish the world through World War III.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And this is a thing that's not going to be stopped easily as stopped as the other ones were. Now, you got to also ask yourself the question, you know, World War I, World War II. Now, if you got all of this shit going on, all this war going on, how did it stop? Who came to an agreement to say, let's stop it? Who had the power to come up in an agreement and say, let's stop the war? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know who had the power to do that? The same damn people that started it. And who started it? The damn white man. Particularly the Jewish white man. The Rothschilds and all of them. Look who had the most profit behind it. You see what I'm saying? Look at Carnegie, who controlled the steel. You need a lot of steel to fight if you're going to fight a war, right? Because you're going to keep needing weapons made. He monopolizes steel. He gets super rich. You see what I'm saying? Rockefeller controls the oil. You're going to need a lot of oil because you're going to have to produce a lot of gasoline to put in all of those Jeeps and all of those tanks and all of that stuff that you got going. So he gets super duper filthy ass rich. You see what I'm saying? Those are two of the top resources you're gonna need in war. You see what I'm saying? And along with other affiliates that they have also that bought into that, they all got super damn rich. You see what I'm saying? Those were the people to say, now let's stop the war. You see what I'm saying? Now we're going to cut off the funding of the weapons from this country to fight that country. We're going to cut their weapons off. We're going to cut this off. We're going to cut that off. We're going to cut that off. Now the war is stopped. When they're speaking by their word first, now they put forth the actions to make everything stop now. You see what I'm saying? After they move the devil's people inside the Most High's land. Then they said, now let's stop the war now. But the Arabs had a different idea. They're like, no. No. Y'all ain't gonna have no damn, y'all ain't gonna sit there and stir up all of this damn war and then cry for peace right now after y'all done got what y'all want and then gonna move that people into the land. They ain't gonna have no damn peace here. That's when all the stuff in the Middle East really started to kick up because that became the next focus, the Middle East. But it started small. But now we're in the increase of it, you know what I'm saying? We're in the increase of it. And then you have, bullshit wars before Vietnam, Korea, and all of that, which was pretty much based on doing the same damn thing. They want to break all the countries and get all the countries up under their deck and control all the damn resources. That's why Farrakhan is switching over to Christianity. You see what I'm saying? That's why Thailand now is damn near 70% Christian. Thought they were supposed to be Buddhists. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why you have Christian Ethiopia. Christianity and Islam, which is, dominated by the white man and the Arab man, are in a battle to see who is going to monopolize all the religions. You see what I'm saying? Also, too, the white man is even taking over, for the most part, he's done taken over Islam also. You see what I'm saying? All of the Russians, what are they? They're Muslims. The Bosnians, what are they? Muslims. Croatia, Muslim. Romania, Muslim.
Right.
All of that stuff is Muslim.
of the proud to cease.
How's the Most High going to do that? He's going to do that by breaking them in war. Now think about it. Now picture it on this level. You got a proud prince of whatever, but yet at the same time, he's fighting 3 wars, on 3 damn fronts. You see what I'm saying? And those 3 that are fighting him are fighting 9. You see what I'm saying? Between the 3. So now, with him fighting all of these, he's gonna want to compromise. He's gonna want to come to an agreement, to a deal, but there will be no deal to be made. You see what I'm saying? No deal that's gonna instill peace, that's gonna make peace solid. It might be peaceful maybe a month, maybe. You see what I'm saying? Just enough to buy some time a little bit. But you're going to have to get right back in the fight again. You see what I'm saying? Just like a retired boxer, you know what I'm saying? That's retired and everything, that's sent back trying to enjoy his money. But at the same time, now they hit him with tax trouble. No, you owe $50 million in taxes. Now he's worth, he's worth $100 million. Now he's thinking, damn, now I'm just down to $50 million? Man, I gotta have another fight. I gotta fight again. You see what I'm saying? Now he's forced back into the ring. You see what I'm saying? That's how it's going to be with the leaders of these countries. That's how the Most High is going to bring down the pride and the haughtiness of these countries, because when they don't want to fight anymore, they're going to be forced to fight again. Okay, what verse are we at?
Verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Now this is twofold. Because see, the Most High is going, when he destroys these armies, he's going to bring them down to a point to where, they're going to be scattered. You see what I'm saying? So when a Vietnamese see another Vietnamese, he's going to be like, oh man, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Don't die. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be glad as hell to see him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then the other fold to that is that Israelite man is going to be more precious than fine gold. Because as they coming down, we're going up, and we're going to see one another as gold. We're going to be like, man, this nigga right here, you know what I'm saying? Even though I personally don't like that nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's more precious than fine gold. We're going to go into business together, man. I value this nigga this much. You know what I'm saying? Right. What business we got, we gonna have a business together. We gonna damn build together. Because as I always say, you can't build with the people whom you don't value.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
And if I could, it's also mainly talking as well about brothers in the truth.
Right.
His brother in the truth are gonna be more precious than fine gold. We got the laws, statutes, commandments. You see what's going on with the men in the world. It's like a man in the world. Homosexuality is like he's half and half. He can be bisexual or be straight. He can be gay or straight. It don't matter. He can go either way. If it's a transvestite, he'll fuck with it. If it's another guy one night, he'll do it. But he still got a woman. He still, mainly them transvestites. That's what really gonna get them. The men in the world. You know what I mean? They'll sleep with a transvestite. You know what I mean? As long as nobody know about it. She looks good, is feminine enough, and this and that. But a man in the UPK, he ain't gonna go for that homosexuality.
Right.
So as the homosexuality grows and grows and grows, there's gonna be less straight men. And now you got less straight men. Then a lot of men that is straight, they got homosexual ideology. Oh, God, I love everybody.
Right.
God loves everybody. Love, love, love.
Right.
And he be all weak and timid and soft and mushy and what do you call them?
Right, creamy.
He be all creamy and shit and crap like that. So these men in the world, they all creamy. Then you see these hardcore brothers in the UPK, they just like, man, damn, that's a breath of fresh air, man.
Right.
There's some hardcore masculinity in this place. There's all this softness, all this weakness. Everybody, the women, they gonna be they thirsty like a motherfucker now.
Right.
They have to, like almost at their thirstiest levels now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Women is so thirsty now. So think about how this trend gonna keep going? To where the women, they just gonna be like going crazy for a UPK man.
Right.
They know he hardcore and real.
And another thing that's gonna make us more precious to find gold, because there's no surety in the man out there in the world. You see what I'm saying? There's no surety. He can be here today, gone tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? And I, as UPK, man, we understand that when we lay with something, we're bound. That's a covenant right there. When we lay with a woman, that's a covenant right there between us and her. We ain't going no damn where. You know what I'm saying? And every woman, deep down inside, regardless of how hard they try and play or whatever, they want surety. You see what I'm saying? And that man in the world is not going to offer any of that.
Right. And there's another thing, though. The sisters, don't get too excited, because there's going to be a lot of brothers going to be turning you down. So you better get right, get into UPK.
That's right.
Learn how to be a UPK woman. Because a lot of brothers, they don't even want no just because you know you're Israelite, you automatically think brothers is going to be dropping money on you and trying to come see you and love you and make you the greatness or whatever. You know what I mean? That's the fake Israelite groups is like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Long as the sisters got a Hebrew, say something half Hebrew with a little headpiece, he ready to give her everything up in his whole life for her. Because he ain't really been about nothing anyway.
That's right.
He ready to drop it all for her. He'll drop whatever people he with, his family, friends, his girl that he with now, that been with him. He ready to drop it all for her. Because he never really been about nothing anyway, so he'll be able to drop you anyway as well. But just the thought of it and act of it for a moment.
Right. And that be the nigga that be, calling you all type of queens and all of that garbage, gassing you up. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, he'll call you a queen, but he ain't gonna call his baby mama no queen. You know what I'm saying? Who got his ass some child support. He ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? He only calling you queen because you somebody else's woman. You know what I'm saying? That he trying to get with. You know what I'm saying? Which that happens a whole lot, you know what I'm saying, in these fake Israelite groups also. Them trying to get with another man's wife. And so they gassing her up, queen, goddess, and all of that garbage. And they claiming to know the truth. And just like what the captain just bringing out, they sitting there seducing some woman that speaks Yiddish, you know what I'm saying, that knows a little bit of Yiddish. You know what I'm saying? I can't even call it, ain't even Hebrew. When they run around talking about Yehudi and all of that ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Yehudi. That don't even roll off our tongue, well, Yehudi. That's what a white dude would say. That's a white man's language right there. That's why it sounds like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the tribe of Yehudi. You know what I'm saying? Think about that for a second. That's a goddamn Edomite. That's coming from an Edomite spirit right there. That's not coming from us. With us, it's Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? That's how we talk. We talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Yehudi. That damn garbage, man.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
It's also the sign up as well.
Okay.
Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out her place, and the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger.
In the day of the earth, she said the earth shall move out of its place.
Yeah, it will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place.
And what is this talking about? You know what I'm saying? There's going to be serious earthquakes. And the Most High shaking the heavens also has to do with bringing down all the people that are up high. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
All of the kings on the earth, all the rulers on the earth, that are lofty in their own minds and in their hearts and in the stock of their bloodline and their tradition and all of that. The Most High is shaking the heavens, which means all of these rulers are going to be in fear. And they're literally going to be shaking in their bodies too. You know what I'm saying? Because when a person gets extremely scared, what are they? You know what I'm saying? They can't even control their damn limbs and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how they going to be. You know what I'm saying? Because every damn thing that they've known, and the rich that are up high like that, they know what time it is. They know what this Bible says. They know that they only have just like it says in Revelation, for the devil has come down to you knowing he has but a short time. They know that. You know what I'm saying? That's what Hitler said at one time. He said, why should we celebrate, why should we worship Negro's religion when it's our time to rule?
That's right.
Hitler wasn't quite as crafty and as smart as the ones that funded and bankrolled his campaign, his war machine. He didn't understand the expedience of them grasping on to our culture so that we couldn't have it, so that they could use it to profit from. He didn't understand that. Hitler was a straight up devil. You know what I'm saying? It was like, man, look, it's our time. Let's just be white. You know, let's rep whiteness. That's why these Aryans love him so damn much. All these Aryan groups and all that. That's why they love Hitler so much, because he was less deceptive. He was straightforward. He was very Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's why they love him so much, and that's why nowadays they love Donald Trump. America has always been Nazi America. It's always been that. Why do y'all people think that America, when the Nazis and everything was going on, when you had all of those high up people that was in Germany, why do you think a lot of them had bank accounts here in America? You see what I'm saying? The war wasn't happening in America, on American soil. So everybody was, from World War II, all the chief people, a lot of them was hiding their money and everything here in America. You see what I'm saying? Hitler had a bank account in America. Now, if Hitler was such a damn enemy to America, why in the hell they let him? As a matter of fact, Prescott Bush was his banker. George Bush's great-grandfather, his grandfather, or great-grandfather, one of the two, his grandfather was Hitler's private banker in America. So think about that. Let that sink in for a second. And with that being said, we are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. Pay your tithes. Support the men of the Lord that's in this truth. Shalom.